Hi, I'm Matt Rice, and in this first tutorial, I'm going to show you the software that you need in order to create screencast videos on your PC. The paid options normally have a few more features than the free ones, but if you're looking to just do basic screencasts, then I suggest using this software that I'm going to teach you in this video. The software that I'm going to be using is called Open Broadcaster software. You can download it at obsproject.com. Since we're working from a PC, we're going to download Windows 7 Plus, but it's also available for Mac OS X and Linux. So I'm going to hit Windows 7 Plus. So we just downloaded the file. You'll click on it, and it'll take you through the installation instructions. Since I already have it installed, I'll just go ahead and open it up right now. So I'm going to go through all the settings for you on this. You go down to Settings. So you're going to go into Settings, and in general, I didn't touch anything. With this software, you're also able to stream, but I won't go into streaming right now, but just know that that is an option. Within Output, I left the settings the same. These are grayed out, as you'll notice, because I'm recording video right now, but within output mode, I left it on its default setting as simple. The video bitrate I left the same, encoder I left the same, audio bitrate I left the same. The only thing I changed on this was recording path. So when you open this program, it will automatically default to send all your video files into your video folder. So I switched that around because I don't want to fill up my primary hard drive too much. So I sent it to a secondary drive. So just know that you have that ability. On the recording quality, I left it the same as stream, but there are other options. You can do higher quality options. You can even do a lossless option, which creates a very, very large video file. I'm sticking with MP4 because that's how I usually get all my raw video content. But there's an MOV option, there's an AVI option. So just know that you can record in different formats on this software too. And then in audio, you want to make sure that you are recording proper audio. And this is what took me a lot of time to set up. So the default settings for your audio on the sample rate begin at 44.1 kilohertz. Just know that you can also go up to 48 kilohertz if you're wanting a little bit higher quality sound. I'm okay with 44.1, so I stuck with that. Within channels, you can change it from stereo or mono. I'm gonna stick with stereo. So this option you want to pay special attention to, especially if you're trying to record audio from anything you play on your desktop. So what I went with, I pulled down this menu. You can disable it if you want to, but I didn't want to do that. There's the default, and the default usually will find whatever channel is working. But I found when I had it set on default originally and I was trying to record audio from my desktop, it wasn't working. So I had to go in here and manually do it myself because, as you can see, there are several different options that it's been able to pull from. So make sure you find out which audio output you're using on your PC to actually listen to audio from your desktop. So for me, that option would be the speaker's Realtek high definition audio setting. So I want to click that. So then that way I can actually hear what's playing on my desktop while I record it. And the other really big thing, if you have an external mic that you want to use, like I am, you're going to want to set that up as well. So in this case, it actually, if I set it to default, it actually works appropriately. But if you have multiple mics that you're using or anything like that, then definitely make sure you have the right settings. So I went with front mic Realtek high definition audio, and you should be good to go. Now, as you can see, you can also set up additional audio device options for your desktop and additional mic options as well. So it's really pretty robust. If you have like multiple people that you're going to be doing a screencast with, you can have 2 mics for them. So it's really cool that they give you all those options. But let's double check and make sure we're actually getting audio levels now. So hit OK. And as you can see right down here, every time I talk that we get this little bouncing bar, and that's showing that we actually have audio levels coming through. So that's really important. Just double check and make sure that's working. And then up above, you'll see that you have a desktop audio. We're not seeing the bar bounce up and down right now because I'm not playing any audio on my desktop. So let's double check and make sure that works. So I'm going to go into a Premiere Pro project that I have open. This is from a previous video I put together. So I'm just gonna play the audio on this.
Ultimately be changed every 2 or 3 years.
And then I'm gonna go back to open broadcaster software. And as you can see, we have a bouncing bar showing that we're actually recording audio.
If you want to upgrade,
now the really cool thing about this is you can mix the audio levels. So right now it might be a little bit loud and you're having a hard time hearing me. If that's the case, you can bring down that audio level, and there it's a little bit quieter in the background while it's playing, and you can hear me a little bit better on my mic. Or say you want it to be a lot louder, you can boost it up.
6-7 years on all my projects. So that does say something about Apple's ability to create products that just last.
Also an option, so
no matter where you buy in at what particular year, you know you're going to get
talking.
Several years.
So I'll bring it back down to -12. I found that was the sweet spot for me.
Dollars every 2 or 3 years.
But I'll turn it off.
To continue to keep up.
So we'll go back into settings, and we're going to go into the video section, which is also extremely important. Unfortunately, I can't show you everything because I'm currently recording video. So within the video section, you're going to have two options that you're really going to want to pay attention to. So your first option, the base canvas resolution, is literally what's being recorded from. So that's how your display is set up. So right now my display is set up to output 1920 by 1080, and that is perfect for me because I want my output resolution, another really important feature, at 1920 by 1080. Now, if I wanted to downscale it to say like 720p, I can easily do that and still record from 1920 by 1080 because it's the same aspect ratio. But if you're like me and you have a monitor that's 2560 by 1080, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get an output of the same aspect ratio like 1920 by 1080. So you want to make sure before you start recording that your display is set up appropriately for how you want to record the video. If you go down into Cortana or whatever, you're going to want to pull up your display settings. So I just hit display settings under system settings, pull that up, and then you're going to want to go into the advanced display settings, click that, and under here is what you're going to want to pay attention to. So right now, my resolution is set up at 1920 by 1080. Normally I have it set up at 2560 by 1080. So I had to set it up at 1920 by 1080 in order to record this video for you. That way I won't get that letterbox effect with the black bars on the top and bottom of the video. Within the video features, you're also able to change the FPS values. So I have it set up for 30 frames per second. There's also hotkey options. So say while I'm recording, I don't want to continuously pull up this window. So there's all these really cool options in here that you can create for your hotkeys. And then within your advanced settings, I didn't touch anything on this. So I'll hit OK. Even though you'll have all the settings set up appropriately, you're not going to get an actual video feed in your screen in the very beginning. And I'll show you how to set that up. So what you're going to have to do is go down into this left lower hand column, and it'll say scenes. You'll want to go to the plus button and add a scene. So I'll do scene 2. And as you can see, it's black, and that's what you're going to be seeing in the very beginning. Once you add that scene, you're going to need to add a source to it in order for it to capture the video you want. So you're going to hit the add button, and within that you have a bunch of different options. What I had initially set up was the display capture setting. That captures, so you'll say display capture 1, you'll hit OK, and that captures your entire screen. So as you'll see in this, it's capturing all the windows. And then you have an option even for it to capture cursor or not. So I'll deselect that, and as you can see, my cursor disappeared. But select it again, my cursor's back on, you can see it. Awesome. So I'll hit OK. But say you don't want to see the entire screen, say you don't want to see this bar at the bottom, or you're wanting to only record the Premiere Pro window behind it. There's an option for that as well. You go into the Addition button again, and then you'll hit Window Capture, and this is a really cool feature. You'll hit Create New, okay, and then within the window selections, it'll actually pick out all the windows that you're recording. So right now, you're actually just seeing the Premiere Pro. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. So let me show you what I'm seeing really quick. So I'll hit OK, and then go back to scene 1. So you should be seeing the entire display right now. And that's because that's the source I have set in scene 1. And the coolest part about this, I think, is that you can literally direct your own kind of screencast video. So within scene 1, I'm recording the whole display. Within scene 2, I'm recording just Premiere Pro. And then I can go back to scene 1. It takes a while to load everything, but as you can see, I'm back in the full display. So I think that's a really cool option, and as you continue to get better at this, you can even create hotkeys to flip between each scene. That's something that you want to take full advantage of. Make sure you're getting proper video feed. If you only see black, then your main reason for not being able to see the video will be down in your scenes tabs. So you'll want to set up a scene, and then you'll want to set up a source for it. So we should be able to set up our first video and start recording. Now, what you're gonna wanna hit is this button here. It says start recording. So you're gonna hit that, and then once you click it, it's gonna continuously run. And then when you're done with your screencast, then you'll hit stop recording and you're good to go. Your file will save wherever you set it. But yeah, I suggest after you set all your settings the way you want them, to do a few tests, make sure the audio levels sound good to you, and have fun recording all your tutorial videos. Feel free to tune in for more tutorials in the future. Thanks for watching.